Alright, this video I wanted to address how I would find all the notes on the fretboard. I'll go ahead and provide a free PDF of a visual of the fretboard with all the note C's in it, as well as a tablature for those who are interested in that. So check it out. So the way I think about it is this instrument is a 2-octave instrument. So from 0th fret to the 12th fret, we have a full octave. Technically there's more than 1 octave, but I'm thinking horizontally. And then from 12th fret to whatever fret we have given, that's another set of octave. So know that whatever we do on the lower fret, it's kind of the same idea on the higher fret. And within these 2 big chunks, I like to divide them into further chunks. And really the idea behind fretboard, in my opinion, is you make it as small as possible to a point where you could, digest it and eventually know it so well that you don't have to really think about it. So I'll go ahead and find the note C from the lower frets and work my way up towards the higher frets. And I usually, probably just like any guitar player, start on the bass strings. My first note, I'll go ahead and place on the A string 3rd. Then from there, my nearest octave is 2 strings below and 2 frets over. In this case, G string 5th fret. So I got 2 notes already there. I like to usually have my bass string as an anchor. So I'll go back to my A string 3rd fret. And there's another string that's kind of close by in frets that I could reach for. This is on the B string. So from the A string, I go 3 string down and 2 frets, this time to my left. So I have A string that I'm connecting with B string. One of the popular method of learning the fretboard is the cage system, which if it works for you, by all means, use that system. I won't go into the cage system so much in this video. Okay, so those 3 notes I just placed where the notes are on the A string, G string, B string. I like to think of them as one set. So like if I'm doing a very simple line, I'll do the same thing on the bass string and try to replicate it. And the whole goal here is to understand the instrument by, experimenting musical ideas. So, and then I could also do the same thing on the G string. So I have my anchor here. So I have kind of a 3 spots that I have marked down. Another big spot on the guitar is where the bass string, I have an anchor point. So the note C on the E string is on the 8th fret. Here again, I'm gonna look for my octave set, which is 2 string below and 2 frets over. So those are my 2 C's there. Okay, these notes, by the way, are the same as the notes on the A and G. There we go. And whatever we do on the bass E string, we could do on the high E string. So the 8th fret on the high E is also the note C. So I have 3 of the note C just within that kind of region of the fretboard. So that leaves me with two kind of subdivided positions. I have one position here where the anchor point is on the A string. Okay, and I could reach for my other note C, and there on the B string. Okay, and then going to my other spot on the guitar, I have the bass E string, and from here, and how to get to my octave mark. And whatever we do on the E string, you could do that. So here again, the idea is take, for example, a very simple phrases, and then see if you could kind of play them. Okay, now sometimes, and I think this is where you start to learn about the instrument itself. If I wanted to play that same idea I just did on the bass E string, I have no adjacent string, so I have to rephrase what I play there. Okay, now I could also do the same on the high E string. There it is. Okay, now once you have marked the two positions on, a full set of octave, that was from 0th fret, the open string, to the 12th fret mark, we take a look at whatever is left. So now I'm on the higher octave. It's on the 15th fret. From here, you can imagine your octave set, which is a 2 string below, 2 frets over. And then from here, going back to my anchor point, the A string, I'll go down to the B string, three strings down and 2 frets to my left. So again, I have marked my position. That looks identical to whatever I did down here. Now, if I try to play the same thing that I did on this particular position, where the anchor point is on the E string, I actually run out of frets. So here again, if I try to play the similar line, I am forced to rephrase certain sequence that I play by the limitation of the fretboard. But I could still get the notes on the E string. In this case is 20th fret, both on the bass E and then the high E string. If I were to play all the same notes from left to right, so let's go with the note C, starting on the A string, 3rd fret. In this particular area, I could go down to the G string, 5th, then B string, 1st fret. So that's one set. Then I'll move the anchor point to my E string, 8th fret. And here again, octave shape, 2 string below, 2 frets over. Then whatever I do on the bass E, I could do on the high E. Okay, and then from there, you could start to work your way up on the higher frets. Another anchor point on the A string, my octave, another octave. And then anchor point switching to E string, and then I run out of fret. So those are all your C's on your fretboard. Take those notes and then see if you could find it using your own musical phrases. Use very simple phrases. Don't go crazy on, playing crazy long blues lick or whatever it is. I'll demonstrate one more time with that in mind. See you on the next one.